When you truly decide to become the master of your life, the very first step is to take radical responsibility. That means no more pointing fingers, no more blaming your upbringing, your boss, the government, or even the circumstances you were born into. As long as you hand over responsibility to something outside of yourself, you are also handing over your power. Responsibility is not about fault, it's about control. The moment you accept full responsibility for your results, good or bad, you put yourself back in the driver's seat of your own life. Think about it, every choice you've made, every thought you've entertained, and every action you've taken has brought you exactly where you are today. That's not something to regret. It's something to celebrate, because if you created this reality, then you also have the ability to create a new one. You see, when you take responsibility, you no longer wait for conditions to improve. You no longer hope that someone else will change so you can feel better. Instead, you recognize that you are the one with the power to change your thinking, your actions, and ultimately your results. It may sound daunting at first, but it's actually liberating. Responsibility frees you. It releases you from waiting, from excuses, from dependency. It puts all the power right back in your hands where it belongs. And from that place, mastery becomes not only possible, it becomes inevitable. If you want to master your life, you must first master your mindset. Everything begins in the mind. Your thoughts are like seeds, and every single day you are planting them. Some seeds grow into flowers of opportunity, abundance, and growth, while others grow into weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation. The truth is, you can't plant negative seeds and expect a positive harvest. You can't dwell on what's missing, what's broken, or what's unfair and hope to create a life filled with joy and freedom. Your mind is your most powerful tool, and yet most people let it run on autopilot. They react to circumstances, they let old conditioning dictate their decisions, and they live by default instead of by design. But once you begin to direct your thoughts deliberately, you unlock a level of power you may not have realized was within you. When you choose to focus on possibility instead of limitation, on gratitude instead of lack, and on growth instead of fear, you change your entire experience. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means choosing how you interpret it and how you respond to it. Two people can look at the exact same situation, and one sees defeat while the other sees opportunity. The difference is mindset. And when you train yourself to see opportunity in every circumstance, life bends in your favor. If you don't know where you're going, how can you expect to get there? To become the master of your life, you must define your vision with absolute clarity. A vision is not just a wish or a vague idea. It is a vivid picture of the life you want to create. It gives direction to your thoughts, energy to your actions, and purpose to your days. Without a vision, you drift. You get caught up in distractions, pulled by the opinions of others, and stuck in the cycle of doing things that don't truly move you forward. But when you have a clear vision, every decision becomes easier because you know exactly what aligns with it and what doesn't. Your vision should excite you, even scare you a little. If it feels too comfortable, it's not big enough. You want something that stretches you, something that pulls you beyond your current circumstances and demands that you grow into more. Don't limit your vision to what seems realistic based on where you are now. That's not vision, that's memory. True vision comes from the imagination, and imagination has no limits. Once you define your vision, hold it in your mind every single day. Speak it, write it, visualize it, until it becomes more real to you than your present conditions. That's how you begin to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Once you've taken responsibility, shaped your mindset, and defined your vision, the next step is to discipline your actions. Because no matter how big your vision is, or how powerful your mindset becomes, without consistent action, it remains only an idea. Discipline is the bridge between your dream and its reality. It's not about doing something once in a while. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's inconvenient, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is watching. The truth is, we are all governed by habits. The question is, are your habits moving you closer to your vision or further away from it? Discipline is about consciously choosing the habits that align with your goals and letting go of the ones that don't. That might mean waking up earlier, committing to learning a new skill, focusing on your health, or dedicating uninterrupted time each day to your work. At first, it may feel uncomfortable, but with repetition, it becomes second nature. Don't confuse discipline with restriction. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about aligning your daily actions with the life you say you want. Every small act of discipline is a deposit into the future you're building. And over time, those deposits compound into extraordinary results. If you truly want to master your life, you must learn to embrace change and challenges, not run from them. Most people resist change because it feels uncertain, and they avoid challenges because they feel uncomfortable. But here's the truth, without change there is no growth, and without challenges there is no strength. Every time life pushes you into unfamiliar territory, it's inviting you to rise higher than you've been before. Think about it, the moments that shaped you the most were rarely the easy ones. They were the times when you were stretched, tested, and forced to dig deeper than you thought possible. Challenges reveal strengths you didn't even know you had. Change opens doors you couldn't have imagined if you stayed in the same place. The very things we often resist are the very things that propel us toward the vision we've set. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, how is this happening for me? That simple shift in perspective turns every setback into a setup, every problem into a possibility. The person who embraces change moves with life instead of fighting against it. And that person always comes out stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what's next. To truly master your life, you must cultivate self-alignment. That means bringing your thoughts, your words, your actions, and your values into harmony. Too often, people live out of alignment. They say they want success, but their habits don't reflect it. They talk about freedom, but they keep making choices that tie them down. They desire fulfillment, but they ignore the voice inside that's urging them towards something greater. This inner conflict creates frustration because deep down, you know you're capable of more, yet your daily actions don't match that truth. Alignment is about integrity with yourself. It's about living in a way that honors your highest vision and not betraying that vision for convenience or approval. When what you do each day reflects who you truly are and who you want to become, you experience a flow that makes life feel purposeful and alive. Decisions become easier because you're no longer torn between what you want and what you're actually doing. You're moving as one whole person, clear and committed. This doesn't mean you'll never face difficulty, but it does mean you'll face it with confidence, knowing you're walking your own path. Alignment gives you peace of mind because you no longer chase someone else's dream or live by someone else's expectations. You stand firmly in your own truth.